God, we praise you. We give you all the honor.
Through scripts and precepts, Ramiyan Baruch will deliver a lesson on why the Shabbat is observed sunrise to sunrise. Please have your concordance and your scriptures readily available.
Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Elohinu, Yahweh Akkad. Wa'abitah et Yahweh Elohika, Bekah, Levavika, Wef Bekah Nefeshka, Wef Bekah Me'olika.
Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh is one. And you shall love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your might. Shalom, shalom, Yisrael. We are Shema Yisrael. And Shema is a Hebrew word, as you know. It just doesn't mean to hear or to listen. It means to hear, to understand, and obey. And that's what we're here for today. My name is Baruch.
And I'm Ramya.
We are the Children of Yisrael Open Hands Ministry. And we're just here to actually just share today. That's what it's all about. It's not about bashing. It's not about trying to be right or trying to be on the top. We're just here to share with you some information that we've received and we've studied. And you might find it interesting, or you might find it quite revealing. Today we're going to be dealing with the evening to evening Shabbat reckoning versus the sunrise to sunrise Shabbat reckoning. Little history. I was actually, when I first came into the knowledge of the truth, I was evening to evening, reckoning the Shabbat from evening to evening, which is, they say, Friday night to Saturday night, until I actually was kind of turned in my tracks by a little old lady, wise old lady. They came and showed some things to me in the scriptures, and from that point I began to study to see that when you get in detail, you get really technical about it, you see some inconsistencies with the evening to evening Sabbath reckoning or Shabbat reckoning. I don't know if my brother, tell his story in reference to that.
Well, no, I've pretty much always been sunrise to sunrise. And later on we'll show how this has pagan ties and actually contradicts the scriptures.
Yeah. And like I said, once again, this is not not trying to bash anybody. We're not personally attacking any individual or any assemblies. We're just here to share. We're here to be a light. That's what Mashiach told us that we should be. That's what Yah told us we should be. So that's what we're here to be today.
Pretty much out of a desire that for everybody to be right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're going to begin in the beginning. What better place to begin? We do have a PowerPoint up. We'll be showing little slides, and that way you can see kind of like charts. When you read words, sometimes they don't hop out the page at you sometimes. So when you get a chart put in front of you, you can start to see things a little better. So we're going to start with Bereshit, chapter 1, of course. We're going to start at verse 2. And we're all very familiar with Bereshit, or Genesis as people call it, commonly referred to. So we're going to bring it in because I know, should I say, that this is where the first place people go to prove evening to evening. So I just want to give you a little different outlook that maybe you never looked at it this way. Maybe you kind of went along with what you were told or what you were showed, and you never really looked at it like this. Okay? Bereshit chapter 1. Actually, we're going to be reading out of the King James Version. We do have a copy of the scriptures. If you can hold it up, my brother. The scriptures also, we do read out of that also, and we're going to be taking a lot of things from the Hebrew as well. We're going to be giving references. Most of our concordance and reference material comes out of Strong's Concordance, and we also have the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible by Jeff Benner. It's just an ancient lexicon.
And as well as the Leningrad copy of the scriptures, which is probably the oldest copy in print right now.
Okay? And that's an all Hebrew text. So we will be breaking down some words for you, okay? Alright. Bereshit chapter 1. I'm going to read it first. Start at verse 2.
Now the earth was unformed and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. and the spirit of Elohim hovered over the face of the waters.
Okay, so that's the first point that most of the evening to evening Hebrew, my brothers and sisters, use to say, well, okay, as we see here, we know the verse 1 says, in the beginning Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Verse 2 says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. So our argument, we're not arguing to say that it was dark in the beginning. So I know some of you want to run and say, well, that's all I need. It was the beginning was dark. Let's slow down, and let's just, let's hear the whole matter. Okay? We're going to go to verse 3 now.
And Elohim said, let there be light. And there was light. And Elohim saw the light, that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness.
Okay? So here we see that in verse 3, Elohim says, let there be light. And there was light. Okay? So here we see a beginning of something else. You see what I'm saying? Because after we read in verse 1, he created the heavens and the earth. We don't know if there was a time period before that. All we know is that the earth was shapeless and formless. What does shapeless and formless imply?
No order.
No order. No order. No order. Listen to this word, order, which is very interesting when you deal with the definition for light. It comes from the Hebrew, Strong's number 215. It's the word or. All right? Which means to shine bright, to give light, make, shine, to be resplendent with light, order, to establish favorable circumstances. Okay? Because if you're working in darkness, or if there's darkness, that's not a favorable circumstance for anyone. Understanding that darkness means chaos. Okay? Peace and relief from trouble, give light, cause to shine, enlighten. So I understand some Hebrew brothers say that they don't have anything to do with light. He gave knowledge and understanding. That wouldn't be true, but we're dealing with the basic level interpretation, which means that he gave light as we understand light also. You see what I'm saying? Meaning that you could see there was order. Anytime someone turns on a light, that brings an order to wherever you're at. Because in darkness, there is no order.
You can't distinguish anything.
That's right. That's right. You can't distinguish anything. So Yah said, let light be. Yah-h.o.i, well, Yah-h.o.i, which means to let light be or to become light. Okay, and light came to be. Verse 4, it says, and Elohim saw the light that it was told. Okay, so he said, this is told. Okay. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness. Okay. So we kind of see an instance of like John chapter 9, verse 4. We're going to read that real fast. If you're a non-messianic Hebrew, you don't believe in the new, what people call it, the New Testament writings, but the letters and the stories of the Mashiach, just bear with us. We're gonna keep it in Torah too for you, so you can see it in that. But I just want to read John chapter 9, verse 4 of what Yahushua said.
Yochanan, chapter 9, verse 4. And it is necessary for me to work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one is able to work.
Okay? Where did that mentality come from? Where did the mindset that let me work while it is day, the night is coming with no man working? Okay? In the essence, this is a concept from the beginning, understanding that night, well, we'll get to the definition of night or darkness so you can get a better understanding. But basically he said work while it is day. So basically you're going to see this pattern of Elohim actually working on the light side of the day. Okay?
That's right.
Okay, let's go to, we have a picture up here. If you can sit there. When the Most High said, go to the next one, please. Totally. The Most High said, let light be. We understand there was darkness surrounding the light. But the light was in the darkness. Okay? So light came to be inside of the darkness. As it is today, You see in space, there are lights, but they're surrounded by darkness. But those lights give order to whatever it's supposed to give order to. So when Yah said, let light be, that eternal light, that knowledge, that understanding, that order, is shine in the darkness. Okay? So we need to remember this, because before that, we have, as my brother calls it, an infinite darkness. Because see, we're not reckoning time as we know it in this dark side. When he says, let light, now we start to count time. Time is order. Okay? All right, can you go to the next slide, please? All right, let's go to verse 5, Bereshit chapter 1, verse 5.
And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, one day.
Okay, now I want to make a quick point right here. It says he called the light day. Why wasn't the darkness already called darkness before? Why didn't he already call, I mean, it's not darkness, but why didn't he already call it night? See, it wasn't until the light was created that he could call the darkness night, and the light he called day. Now remember, a lot of times when you see this, that's showing a sequential order. When Yah says he called the light day and he called the darkness night.
That's right.
Yah is putting things in order. Okay? Now, let's closely examine the words. The word used for day in the Hebrew, as most of you brothers and sisters know, is yom. Okay? Yod, Wah, Mem. Strong's number 3117, which means daytime, in contrast to night. An indefinite period of time and era. This is when you see in prophecy, when it says, the day shall come, or in this day. A day, a time, an era, with a certain characteristic. Time, today, year, continually, age, full, whole, etc. We also see in the scripture, yom is used. It is used sometimes just talking about the light side of the day. Let's go to Yohanan chapter 11, verse 9. John chapter 11, verse 9. Then we'll go to Shobatim chapter 19, verse 9.